Hulu show based on true story left fans broken by the weight of what can't be undone. Good American Family is based on the real-life story of Natalia Grace, but the fictionalized version of the tale is leaving fans absolutely crumbling. The penultimate episode of Good American Family had fans on the edge of their seats. Good American Family is a Hulu limited series based on the shocking case of the adoption of Natalia Grace by Christine and Michael Barnett that is told from multiple points of view. Ellen Pompeo and Mark Duplass play the Barnetts while Imogen Faith Reed plays Natalia. Ukrainian native Natalia, who was born with a form of dwarfism called dystrophic dysplasia, was adopted by the Barnetts with their 3 biological children in 2010. The Indiana couple, who were her second adoptive parents, alleged that Natalia was not actually a child, but was an adult, and accused her of harming them and the family, which Natalia has denied, as well as maintained she was a child. Natalia was also medically proven to have been a child then and had her birth year of 2003 restored in August 2023 as a result of medical tests and DNA analysis. Christine and Michael had Natalia's age legally changed to 22 after a court ruling. The couple then ended up leaving Natalia by herself with an apartment in Indiana and left with their 3 boys to Canada. In the 7th episode of the series, the show brought the conflicting narratives of the adoptive parents and Natalia together, specifically through the new perspective of the fictional detective Drysdale, Dule Hill. Drysdale is based on the real-life detective Brandon Davenport, who played a role in investigation of Natalia's case. Fans were heartbroken and angry by the emotionally charged episode. One fan wrote, "This episode broke something deep inside of me. Everything I thought I understood fell apart, and all that's left is the weight of what can't be undone." A second fan wrote, "The way this Good American Family story turned is crazy." Another said, "It's infuriating what these grown-ass folks did to this little girl." One fan was confused by the different perspectives the show was doing and wasn't sure what was true. The writers on #GoodAmericanFamily spent 3 episodes convincing us that Natalia Grace was an adult, a menacing one at that. Scene after scene, they had her torturing the family. Now they're walking it back. Suddenly, the parents are the villains. I'm so lost. Within the 7th episode, Michael confessed to Drysdale that he and Christine knew Natalia was a minor when her age was legally changed, and that Christine abused Natalia. At that point of Michael's admission, he and Christine were divorced, and his estranged ex-wife was keeping their sons away from him. Michael's confession led to the couple being charged with neglect and conspiracy to commit neglect. In real life, the Barnetts were charged with neglect of a dependent and conspiracy to commit neglect of a dependent in 2019. An Indiana judge had dismissed the case because of Grace's legal age, but prosecutors then brought up new charges of neglect involving Grace's dwarfism disability, per the Journal and Courier. Michael was acquitted in October 2022, and Christine's charges were dismissed in March 2023. The last episode of the limited series will air on Wednesday, April 30, and will be available to stream on Hulu. When Hulu announced The Silent Heavy, a limited drama series based on a true story, audiences knew they were in for an emotional ride. What they didn't anticipate was how profoundly the show would settle into their bones, leaving a mark long after the screen went dark. The Silent Heavy follows the story of the Callahan family, ordinary in every way until one summer afternoon in 1998. When a split-second decision shattered their world. Inspired by real events, the series traces the messy, tangled aftermath of a single, irreversible mistake, showing how guilt, grief, and denial can become as heavy and permanent as stone. At the heart of the show is Joanna Callahan, portrayed in a career-defining performance by Margaret Stokes, a mother whose simple act, Taking her eyes off her 4-year-old son, Noah, for just a moment, leads to a tragedy that ripples through decades. The show doesn't sensationalize the incident. Instead, it focuses on the slow ache of everything that follows. Strained marriages, fractured friendships, the suffocating fog of self-blame, and the helpless march of time that refuses to heal all wounds. Each episode is titled with a single word. Before, shatter, sink, erode, bury. The final episode, still, leaves viewers sitting in silence, stunned by the idea that some griefs don't have tidy endings. Some losses aren't overcome, they are merely carried. Fans immediately took to social media after binging the 6-part series, sharing their heartbreak and admiration for the show's delicate, unflinching storytelling. "I don't think I'll ever be the same after the silent heavy," one user wrote. "It's the weight of what can't be undone that kills you. The quiet moments. The things you can't say, the seconds you can't take back." The creative team behind the show, led by showrunner Elise Marston, best known for her nuanced work on The Glass Garden, took painstaking care to honor the real Callahan family, who had given their blessing for the adaptation but requested privacy. Marston's approach was simple yet devastating. Let the audience feel the void. There are no dramatic music swells, no courtroom showdowns, no over-the-top monologues. Instead, there are long, aching silences. A mother folding tiny socks with trembling hands. A father, played brilliantly by James Rennick, driving aimlessly through town at night. A teenage sister, bruised by absence, trying to imagine a version of her life where her brother is still alive. Critics praised the silent heavy for its restraint, calling it a masterclass in grief storytelling and a haunting, unblinking portrait of loss that refuses to offer easy redemption. What sets the silent heavy apart from typical true story dramas is its insistence that not all wounds heal the way we expect. It doesn't deliver catharsis wrapped in a neat bow. It challenges viewers to sit with the discomfort, to recognize that some days, survival is its own kind of victory. The show's haunting tagline, "Some mistakes echo forever," captures its essence perfectly. Throughout the season, small details become heavy with meaning. A forgotten lunchbox, a half-finished treehouse, a voicemail saved too long. These objects aren't just props. They're anchors, physical manifestations of the life that could have been.